Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the week ahead has in store for you. But before that, let's check out your key to the week is the Empress, right? So this week it does feel for me like you will be looking at your not only your environment, but like almost like your entire lifescape, like your own personal ecosystem, right? This is going to see you paying attention to the environment that you put your dreams, your hopes, your goals. You know, the Empress is that fertile ground that we lay all of our seeds in, right? And this week, off the back of a new moon, perfect timing for it, but it's asking you to really pay attention to what it is that you want to not even what it is that you want to create. It's more a case of where is it that you're putting your energy, and ultimately what does the environment, is the environment that you're putting all of your hopes, dreams and goals in, is it conducive to what it is that you want to create? The Empress is a beautiful card because it really is about the beauty of life, the abundance of everything. It's about those sensual pleasures. Now this kind of feels for me like this week you guys are saying, you know what, I want a better experience of life, I want a better experience of love, I want a better experience of all four of these sectors of my life. And in order to have that, I need to understand what about my environment, whether this is my mental environment, my emotional environment, or even just my physical environment. What is it about the space that I have at the moment that is not allowing that to flourish, that is not allowing it to grow? But then equally on the other side, what is it that you're doing well? What is it that you are, where is it that you are providing the right space, time, energy, thoughts to create the things that you want to see? For your actions and options, you have the Hermit card, right? So this is going to see you really paying attention to your thoughts this week. It could see you really going into the depths of who you are, asking yourself a lot of questions. Maybe you're really starting to work through some of your own personal blockages this week. The other thing with your Hermit card as well, this could see you really diverting more time and attention towards yourself than you have in a long time. And, that's never a bad thing. This could be a great week. In fact, Aquarius and Pisces, it looks like both of you as signs are very focused on yourselves this week, which is it's a very opposite energy for you guys, because you're usually so focused on other people, what their wants, needs, goals, hopes and dreams are, whereas this week you're turning that energy inward. And your Hermit card is seeing you really paying attention to the wisdom that you have, and also the understanding that comes from that is going to allow you to tap into this idea of understanding what it is that needs to change. This could be a week where you are doing things physically to the home. Maybe you're throwing something out, maybe you're doing a spring clean, maybe you are maybe you're doing a summer clean so that you're getting ready to welcome summer in. It could be anything, like any of those types of energies, which is a really good place to be. And it also looks like, right, because it's your actions and your options, or what you're choosing is the Hermit. This is about you choosing yourself. It's about you choosing your own energy. It's about you choosing your own path and walking that path in order to take you to the best, just to take you to the best experience of life that you can have. For your communications and conversations, you have the Five of Swords. So it does look like you may come into conflict this week. Now, I will say this, it doesn't feel like it's conflict within yourself. This is likely to be a confrontation or a conflict with somebody else. This week you are going to have to speak your truth. It is going to, maybe somebody will bring this out of you. Maybe there is something that you haven't got off of your chest, something that you've wanted to share for a long time. Because it comes off the back of that Hermit card, communications and conversations will probably be fraught this week. It does look like you're having, and it's not even competition, this is out and outright confrontation. Now, I know Pisces doesn't necessarily like this, but sometimes to clear up the emotional, mental, arenas, we have to purge something. And this week it looks like that's coming through the guise of your communications, through the guise of your conversations. This week it does look like you will be able to stand your ground. You might find as well that you're being a lot more forceful, maybe a bit more stubborn or a bit more determined, maybe even a bit more combative than you usually are. That's not necessarily a bad thing. If anything, it's actually a good thing, because it means that you're finally standing for yourself. Maybe you're finally speaking a truth that you've held on to for a long time, that you haven't wanted to. Good for you. For your money and materials, you've got the 10 of Wands. So finances look like they're either taking a boost, or you're getting a boost, or taking a step forward this week. Now, remember, your 10 of Wands is where you can finally put the bundle of sticks down, right? This is where you can finally release a burden. But in terms of your money and materials, this could see you looking at your home environment. It could see you looking at either ways to reduce your payments, or maybe ways for you to increase your earning potential. So something about this, it's going to see you looking at what the best options are for you financially, which is great. The other thing with this 10 of Wands as well, it's your materials, right? So can be your home, but it can also be your health. When it comes to your physical health this week, it's really important that you conquer this mind stuff. And the reason I say that is because the chances are you will probably end up feeling it in your body. So this week, when you feel the need to rest on a physical level, take the rest. All right. For your love and relations, you have the 3 of Swords. So there is a connection that is coming to an end. For those of you that are partnered, maybe you're just seeing somebody, maybe you are, in a long-term relationship, there is a potential, and we talked about this at the beginning of the year, I make no apologies for it, okay? Whenever I read cards, I will always tell you what comes up. I will always tell you what I feel. Even if it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. It's obviously not a message for you. I'm not going to censor, edit, or water down my message just because it's going to step on somebody's toes or make them feel a certain way. I always try to deliver my messages with as much heart, care, and attention as I possibly can, but I'm not going to hold back from what the message is actually coming through. Now, at the beginning of the year, we had a lunar eclipse in Cancer. We're just about to go into eclipse season, and on top of that we have on top of that, in January we also had the Saturn and Pluto conjunction. And I told everybody right back then, right, whatever is not solid this year will perish. It will fall apart. Whatever has cracks in its foundation already that isn't strong will come to an end. If you didn't see the cracks, maybe you ignored them, maybe you didn't want to pay attention to them, whatever the reason, right? If something is coming to an end now, when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to a connection, it's supposed to end. And the reason is because it's aimed at getting you to where it is that you truly want to be. Paying attention to your mental arena, your emotional arena, your spiritual arena, your physical environment, paying attention to all of the environments that you find yourself in at any one time. All of this is aimed at getting you to a better place so that you can create the life that you actually want. Sometimes that looks like having to let go of the thing that you might be tied to, or the person that you might be tied to. So relationships could be a real point of contention this week, and it is something that you just need to be prepared for, So like I said, I make no apologies for delivering the harsher messages. Sometimes I have to find a way to say it so that it's not just cold and mean, but I'm not going to water down what the message is actually saying, okay? For those of you that are single, this is a week where you're choosing yourself. You're not really focused on anyone or anything else, and that's a good place for you to be. Pisces, you are usually very selfless, very giving, very warm, very open, but this is a week for you to be more about yourself. This is a week for you to focus on yourself. You have Mars in your sign now as well, right? Which is great because it's going to give you that energy, that passion, that drive for yourself, to make your life a different experience to the one that you've been having so far. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. I hope you have a great week of building and rebuilding yourself in any way, shape or form. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.